While I'm doing that, why don't you all just have a look at the top right here? Sorry, Susanna, I put that there. There we go. We're looking at the top two. Okay.
Down beside me.
Down beside me.
Rather slow. Very ancient, author and date unknown.
Those things really do hum, don't they?
Yeah,
They do. They do.
I think they hum on G though.
Do
They were in the other room.
See? That's See?
Yes, C. They must be the perfect ones. They're a tone higher.
So we have the wrong
Perfect pitch in the wrong case.
Yeah.
You read perfectly.
Yes.
Well, maybe the one in our room is too.
It is the one in our room. is
Oh,
G.
okay.
I
Yeah. So
tested
this is the
it.
medieval one. Of
Yes.
course, up in sort of camatone, quartone. You've got
That's
the
it.
other one. Okay, let's see if I can plug into this.
Oh, 3 flats.
It's hard to play in 3 flats.
It is.
I have to say, I know you all well enough in this room to say that this is the most relaxed lecture I'm going to give this week
Really?
because my child has a place at college.
Yay!
Today you get all the, in Ireland, the university places are handed out to all the children who are going to university. So this morning my son got a place to study something. So he's going to college. So I'm like, so relieved. I'm so relieved.
You've done your job.
I've done my job. He's going to college. It's all fine now. No more dinners.
You need a drink. I mean, sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So. Oh no, it's just too bright. It's too bright. We can't see it so
Oh,
well.
no, we can't.
No.
Yeah, I kept on thinking we'll turn off those lights, but no, we
Just
won't.
switch off the sun and peek. We can see some of it though.
Okay.
It's not all.
So let me see. How should we begin this? This first piece is a piece from Bunting, as you can see,
Hmm?
and you wouldn't know. Does anybody know what volume it's from? Can you guess? From looking at it? Yeah, it's 1840.
Yeah.
So it's a tune called Down Beside Me. Now, this is actually a song. And I thought I haven't really done any ostensible work. Well, I've done a lot of work on Bunting songs over the years, but there are all sorts of vestiges of things in Manuscript 29 that I've just gathered together, and I won't pretend to have done any work on them yet because I haven't. But I just thought it might be interesting for you to see because we always think, oh, the songs and Bunting, they're kind of separate. And the words are somewhere else. So Bunting doesn't do anything with the Irish. That's a trope that I've definitely been probably wandering to down the years. And then when I looked at Manuscript 29 a few months ago, I thought, well, actually there are some attempts by Bunting to copy down music. So here's one quite early on in the manuscript, and he is. They tell me there is beer in this house, I think is the name of the tune.
Really?
Yeah. And to sleep I want to go. They tell me there is beer in this house. Dúirt siad lum. I think this is Jer or something siad lum. And as you know from Gaelic, that's they tell me. Or Jer, it must be Jer siad lum. They
Yeah.
tell me. Lum, gwil.
Oh, that's great.
Gwil. What's
Loon?
what's beer going to be?
Usually it's more,
It's-
but I don't know.
I don't know. It must be Gwil Bior in Santach Shaw or something.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's Bunting making an attempt to write down. Oh, sorry for Tommy. Let me move. Yes. Move. No, you're fine. I'll move so that you can see. So there's Bunting making a sincere attempt to write down some Irish words, and we never think of that. We always think that he's completely separate from the Irish words thing. Here's another attempt, the following page. What is it? The tricky lying fox is a sly thief, and
Lying
To
fox.
sleep?
I don't-
as to sleep. I don't know. As I say, I haven't really looked at these much yet, but this is clearly Tommy.
Something to sleep, I go.
Yeah,
Tommy.
it's clearly an attempt to write Irish time or
Colin.
something. Time
Colin.
Colleen.
And
Time Colleen. It's very hard when you look at phonetic stuff. You can spend a day looking at one
Yeah,
word.
I can't see what the letters are.
Oh, hang on, let me
Vinny.
open it up. We can zoom a bit.
Mm.
Time Colleen.
John.
Jenny.
Jenny.
But you wouldn't know. I mean, it looks like Jenny, but it's
Jenny.
some word in Irish. So, so that's
Oh.
one thing. Let's have a look at another one. Yeah, in his other draft books, in the manuscript 33 books, he also has a go at writing out words on the tune. This is the chronon. Chronon, achon, which just means alas,
Oh.
alas, achon. Achon, chon, o. So it's just,
Oh.
you know, alas, alas, alas. So he's trying to write that out. This is Ballinderry, says chronon or Ballinderry. So here he's writing out words in English. 'Tis pretty to be in Ballinderry, 'tis pretty to be in Ahabo, and so on. So now we have him writing out English words, and then he has the chronon again at the end. Achon. Sung the same twice as tune above by way of bass. Sung as same tune. No, we won't waste time looking at all. I just want you.
time.
I don't know. Sung at same time as tune above by way of bass.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hmm.
Part singing?
So this is sung at same time as tune above by way of a bass.
Oh. It would
A
fit, I
ground.
think.
A ground.
It's a ground.
That's very exciting.
Oh, we might have to learn another tune like what's the one you always play at the student platform when you all play together? Woe betide thou weary body. So we might have to
Right,
we might
that's
have to
fine.
come up with an alternative. The old way of Ceann Deilish, which is one of these famous 18th century songs. Now let's see, what language is this in? Ceann, no, something.
Ceann Deilish.
Ceann Deilish.
Yeah.
Ceann Deilish.
Ceann
Curvy Ceann.
Deilish.
Curie.
Curvy Ceann.
Curvy Ceann.
Delish, something delish.
Okay, so it's an
Irish
attempt.
English.
It's an attempt to write Irish. Is what it is.
Yes,
It's an
that
attempt
is.
to write Irish. The Bonnie Cuckoo.
All right.
So here's one he writes out in English. My bonny cuckoo, I'll tell thee true, that through the grove I rode with you. This is very interesting. This is
Very
I
well
think
sung, isn't it?
I think this is one of the first songs I ever learned when I had harp lessons with Nancy Calthorpe in the 1970s. That people were singing the Bonnie Cuckoo.
Really?
Harpists knew about this. She was doing this in the 1970s.
Ah.
So again, the Bonnie Cuckoo is related to Kish the No Thor and Fairy Queen and all those ones.
Oh.
Yeah, dee da 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 dee dee da dum, da da dum da, da dee da 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 dum, da dee da 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 dum, da dum da dum da dum da dum, dee dee da dum, dee da dum. So here he is writing out English words.
Mm.
Let's see, we're probably getting to the end of the vocal stuff that I put my eye on to show you. Oh, the Jolly Ploughman.
Ah.
County Donegal. 'Twas, let's open this one up, we should be able to see
Yeah,
this
same with
without too much difficulty. This is English.
it.
'Twas Jack the Jolly Ploughboy was ploughing in his land, called
Yeah.
Yo unto his horses, or something called
Oh yeah. So
Yo unto his
boldly.
horses, and
Too boldly bid them
Bold-
row. Bid
and
them.
boldly bid
Bid
them
them.
stand.
Yes.
That doesn't rhyme. and so on. Song in English. Shularoon. Ya-da-da-da-dee-da-da-dee, ya-da-dum, ya-da-dum, dee-da-dum, dee-dee-dum.
Wow.
Cool.
So a shularoon in English. Shularoon, is that major or minor? Is it I wish I was, or is it I wish I was?
Well,
It's major.
usually
Major,
major,
yeah.
yeah.
I wish I was on yonder hill. Something or other, English words. And then you have the chorus. Shul, shul, shularoon, shul. But is it the same tune that we all know?
No.
It's a different tune. Ya-da-da-da-dee-da-da-da-dum. Ya-da. Ya-dee-dee-dee-da-da-da-dum. Ya-da-da. I'm wondering if it's minor. I think it's minor. Look, there's a G sharp. I think it's A minor. Yeah, I wish I was in
Oh, there you
yonder. Ya-da-da-dum, dee-dee-dee-dum, da-da-dum. Ya-da-dum, dee-da-da. Ya-dum, ya-da-da-dum, ya-da-da-dum. Ya-dee-dee-da-da-dee-dee-dee-da-dum.
It's much
It sounds more familiar.
Would fit well
Yes.
after that.
Which is
That's
it?
cool.
Oh, it says manuscript 33.
This is 33.5. So he has words in English, and then he has words in Irish. Oh, I'm supposed to. The reason I got this from Simon was so I could point at things. Sorry. So words in English, a verse in English, words in Irish. I think that's probably. That's it, isn't it? The Jolly Plowman. Oh yeah, in his printed volumes. Look there in 1840, he's got.
Jack
He's
Jones.
actually got the words that he's collected rather than the words he's had somebody compose, a la Thomas More. So it was Jack the Jolly Ploughboy. And then we get to this one, the one I want to look at with you today. Let's see what else is in here. On London's and Kirshuk. No, they're just, songs that people were singing, but nothing so interesting. So we have the Dam Beside Me. So if we go one step back from that, we get his version in. I'm so bad at writing on the manuscripts what they are, I do apologise. Let me hand this out, you can be looking at it and then I'll figure out where it comes from. It's clearly manuscript 33.1 and manuscript 33.2. One of those. And since they're both the same, did I think, okay, I can ignore you last night, did I? Sorry. Let me just kick your heart. I do apologise, I'm so sorry.
You're welcome.
Who was happy?
So sorry.
By you.
Oh, well, no. That's pushing it. That's definitely pushing it. Dropbox. Where are we today? This is inside shared folders. Go on, 2017. Teaching materials. Move on. Song class. No, this isn't song class. This is this class. So let's look at this manuscript. Okay, so it's 33.2. Manuscript 33.2 is the one you're looking at. And so he calls it Shean, Shias, Agus Suas Liam. Now the Shias, after the Shias you see a sort of TWAG thing. What's that about? Why am I saying Shias Agus and why am I ignoring that T in the middle? What's going on there with those words?
Is that a trill?
That's
It's
a
a
trill.
trill.
It's a
It's
trill.
a trill. It's TR.
Very good.
TR for trill in the middle. So it's really she and she's trill. August.
Maybe she was supposed to she and she us or
Yeah, Suicide or stretch up and down with me.
Trekkies.
And he says at the bottom, what does he say at the
from
bottom?
Dennis
Dennis
Henson,
Henson.
Hugh
Yeah.
Higgins
Higgins.
and
And
Miss
Mrs.
Mrs.
Bristow,
Mrs. Bristol.
Yeah, or maybe even
Who
Mr.
was
Bristow,
or maybe Mr. Bristow, who was taught by Dominic Mungan.
who was
Taught
taught by
it.
Dominic, yes.
Taught it.
Oh, who was taught it by Dominic Mungan.
Taught it by Dominic
So now we know it's a
Cool.
tune. It's a Hampsey tune, it's a Hugh Higgins tune, and it's a Dominic Mungan tune. Now, interestingly, if you look back at your other page, in 1840 he says rather slow. says on this one.
Allegro.
Ya-da-dee-da-da-dum, ya-da-da-da-da-da-da, ya-da-dum, yum-ba-da-da-da-da-dum, dee-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum, ya-da-da-da-dee-da-dum-dum, dee-da-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, dee-da-da-dum, da-da-dum-ba-dum-bum. So it's either very slow, rather slow, or rather fast, depending on what
Lots
you
of
think.
choices.
Lots of choices. So the next thing I wanted to show you was this. So I'll give you this page. So it turns out that She and Sheas of a Suas Long is the first Irish song ever to be published.
Oh my gosh.
In 1981.
So this is Brandon Branagh talking about it at Kill in 1981. And so he gives you this lovely image of an Irish song sung by Mr. Abel or Mr. Abel at his concert at Stationers Hall.
Mm.
And so we have, again, the phonetic Irish words. Shean sheas suas lum, driden aulis fosk me, corla bofuin, acham and crina parte, ta she suagach, is it? Tom a grasa suag, so it's quite close to the Irish. Suaga, ta she lufer lorde, hey ho, lurko, serenish on boss me. So you're given the words, you're given the tune, you're given a bass line, and then you have a counter melody for the flute underneath.
Oh.
So.
Wow.
And so it's the, let me see, where has it appeared? The original is undated. So they think that this is from 1714. It bears the signature date Pat Arthur 1716. So it definitely predates 1716 on the top left hand corner. And the air appears in Dan Wright's Aria de Camera with a close phonetic rendering of typework. So Thomas Moore uses it. He calls it "Oh, Where's the Slave" in his Irish melodies. I don't know that. I don't know that Thomas Moore song at all. Okay, and Brandon Branagh, when he's writing in 1981, says the Irish words do not seem to have been reprinted since they first appeared in this thing called An Irish Song some 270 years ago. And there the matter rests until maybe it was about 2 months ago, I got an email from Peter Freeland, who's the Irish Baroque bassoonist, a sort of virtuoso bassoon player who lives in Edinburgh. He plays modern bassoon and old bassoon. And he's a music director as well, and his first big project was just performed in Dublin Castle, I think about a week and a half ago, and then he came to Kilkenny. So he's researching all of the music and manuscripts to do with music in Dublin Castle in the late 17th and 18th century. And so you have an official position in Dublin Castle, the Master of the King's Music. So this is of course it's an Anglo establishment. The Dublin Castle is the seat of English power in Ireland, so it's nothing to do with Irish music at all. So the Master of the King's Music, it was various people. In the late 17th century, it was a man called Johann Sigismund Prusa, spelled different ways. You could spell it Cousser, or I've seen it spelled Kusser. So it's the usual sort of indiscriminate orthography of the 18th century, especially if you move between countries, because Kusser was born in, I think he's born in Hungary. I have a funny feeling he's a German speaker in Hungary, or he clearly German is one of his first languages. And then he moves to England, moves to Ireland, and he becomes Master of the King's Music in Ireland. And like Matthew Dubourg, who was the Master of the King's Music later on in the 18th century, in the earlier part of the 18th century, both of them were composers, both of them composed music and odes very sycophantic odes for the king and the Lord Lieutenant and all the rest of it. So they composed lots of music. And Peter has been trying to track down where the manuscripts were. So he found some of them in the, the Royal Academy of Music in London. In their library, a lot of Dubourg's manuscripts are. And so he sent me a page, and I might look at this next year. And he sent me a page, let me just show you. We'll look at this at another class. He sent me this page, which I found rather interesting. So this is in Matthew Dubourg's, and Matthew Dubourg was a violinist and a composer, and he led Handel's orchestra in Dublin for the first performance of Messiah, and all of Handel sings in Dublin. He was the first violinist working with Handel. Handel adored him, and I think he was rather fond of Handel as well. They were good friends, Handel and Dubourg, to the extent that in Handel's will, Dubourg was the only musician he left some money to in his will. So they're obviously very fond of each other. So this is in Dubourg's manuscripts. You see a song written phonetically in Irish. And Peter said to me, would you have any idea what this is? You're the sort of, you deal with songs in the Irish language. And I looked at it and I went, ya da 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 dee da dum, ya da da dee da 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 dee da da dum, ya da 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 da, ya da dum dee da dum, da dum be dee da da dum, ya dum da dum, ya da 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 dum da dum. What's this reminding us of? It's reminding us of Fairy Queen.
Yeah.
And a Fairy Queen is related to what song? So it's Kishta no Stor. So Dubourg had obviously heard this song. Apparently he used to disguise himself as a folk fiddler and go around to fairs and play, so he could hear tunes and play tunes. I suppose if you're the master of the King's music in Ireland, you can't just go off to the fair and play a few tunes. So he would disguise himself and just go and play a few tunes at the fair.
He must have had an interest in.
So he clearly had an interest, and he had the nous to write it down. And this is the first time, apart from Bunting's attempts, this is the first time I've ever seen an Irish song where the lyrics are together with the tune, because always you get the tunes and you get the lyrics, and you have the usual horrible problems of trying to marry them together when they've survived in different sources. And how do you do that?
And what date would that be then, or what?
I think well, that's next year's talk. I can't remember. I think you're probably looking at the 1720s or 17. Oh no, Handel comes over in 1741, so it's going to be sort of 1730s to 40s, something like that. And so I got all excited. Peter was sort of, was kind of saying, well, maybe you might know what this is. And I said, this is wildly exciting, Peter. This is an Irish song together with the music, copied by a really expert musician like Matthew Dubourg. I said, this is wildly exciting. He said, oh, I have this other one. And do you want to see the other one? And I went, yeah, what's the other one? He said, well, I'm also looking at the music of Cousar for the earlier period. And he said, there's an Irish song in his commonplace book. Does everybody know what a commonplace book is? Commonplace book is a wonderful thing. So before you had like a laptop where you put all your pieces of information, you had a book, and you would put everything in your book: the tunes you learned, the recipes you wanted, all the bits of information. It was your book with all. It was like your scrapbook with all your information in it. And Cousar's commonplace book still survives. It's in Yale, in the University Library in Yale in America. And so he said, I was looking through Cousar's commonplace book, and he said, I came across this other thing called chanson irlandais, because Cousar wrote very fluent German and very fluent French. And in his commonplace book, he writes in French and German and English. And I think maybe it's Hungarian as well. There's something else in there. And his commonplace book is hilarious. If you're a musician, it's fabulous. He has everything. He has recipes for hangovers, the sort of thing, how you make things to eat and drink if you have a hangover. and he has the price of putting on a concert in Dublin. Like if you want to put on concerts, what does everything cost? And it's online. You can see the URL that I've given you here. Go online, have a look at his commonplace book. It's absolutely
It's online,
So
is it?
it's online for free. You can just go and look at the whole thing. And it's Hitomi. Can I just borrow your page just for 1 second? It looks like this online. Hitomi gets the color when you go in the black and white. So it looks like this online. It's a beautiful color image, and you can see everything. Thank you. Very well. So he said, what about this one? Would you know what this one is?
Mhm.
And of course I looked at it and went, ya dee da da dum, ya dee da da dum, ya dee da da dum, ah, I went. And look, you can even see in the Irish,
Yeah.
shin, si, su, slam. Shin, shi, su, slam. So I went, yeah, we know this one well. This is a very well known song. And Peter, of course, because he's involved only in Baroque music, was wildly impressed. That within 5 minutes, said, yeah, we know that one. He was like, oh. But of course, we know these songs because we're working with them all the time. It's no big deal. So, let's have a look at this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's almost like Bunting's notebook, isn't it? With the five lines. So he was
something different at the bottom 2 lines.
exactly. So he's born in 1660. He dies in 1727. So how old is he? He's 67 when he dies. And I'm not sure when. Wait a minute. Let's look at his. I've tried to figure out when this might be. I think it's somewhere between. They think, whoever they are, you know, whoever looks at these things, thinks that this commonplace book that he used it between 1690 and 1720. 1690 and 1720. So there's a 30-year period. So it's somewhere in there that he's using it. So, Maura, what were you going to say? You said there are 2 lines at the bottom. What did you want to say about them?
They seem to be a different.
There seems to be a different kettle of fish. Okay, so maybe if we start at the top, we'll see how we get to the bottom. She is so she is Suaslam, three and all is fast me, call it laba. That's G-A-B at the end. But it came out badly in the photocopy, I apologise. Second line, Fuller nach kommen Krine Parte, double bar line. Tam grosse Surdach, Stashi no verladir, hey ho, Wilko, Serenish on boss, May. Thank you, where'd you find that then? In the project. Of course it was where I said it would be. Lovely. Sounded like this. Simon, let me instantly give you back that, lest we forget. Good, got my own beloved laser pen. Great. So let's get it up on screen actually, because it's probably nicer for you to look at a colour version than to look at what I've given you. Here we are. Oh no, wrong one. What are we talking about? Husserl. Here we are. It's Yale. Here we go. Let's blow this up a bit. There we go. And let's bring it down the bottom a bit. Oh, it's post-lunch. It's post-lunch. I should say to you at this point, there's a director I work with in England, Geoffrey Skidmore, who has a really good sense of humour. And if you yawn at a rehearsal, he looks at you and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, am I keeping you awake?" Oh, I'm sorry.
That's a sense of humour.
Oh, he has a great sense of humour.
I'm just checking for sociopaths.
You're just checking for something. You found one. Okay. So, I'm not sure. Hitomi and I can't really see it over there. So, can you see? Is it all right? Sort of.
Sit over here, maybe it's better.
I mean, I wonder if you should be. You could leave your harp. Just come over, without harp, and just have a seat here.
Yes.
So that you can see it a little bit better. Okay, now I feel we can all see it. How about you, Louisa? You're right back there? Of course, you're young. You can see far away. You're not like us. So we have she is so slum, three and all is fast me. What's this T?
That's a trill.
Yeah, T for do a twiddle here. or something like that. Me chorig labo fuinar a chamig sin aparte. Tá a grosse suga sta si hoofer ladir horir go sevenish on boss me. Now I know that looks like a K, doesn't it? You think it's on costly, but it's really B. Look, do you see the B, B, and that's the D of death.
Oh, right.
I looked at that for a long time. I thought, why is that a K? Why is that a K? I went, oh, and then I keep forgetting. Sometimes I forget that it's a B, and then I think, why is that a K? You know, I forget all over again. Hopeless. Okay, now let's just look at the bottom of this. So, Maura, you wanted to talk us through the bottom.
Well, it's
So we've got double bar lines. So what's going on here?
It says
looks like different.
It says canon.
Canon, very clever. Okay, well
Oh, yeah,
spotted,
you can see
Barbara.
that.
It says a canon.
A canon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you learned it.
And so, what language is this?
Latin.
Latin. Okay, so we've got the Irish here. We've got Latin here. Non nobis domine, non nobis sed nomini tuo da gloriam, sed nomini tuo da gloriam. So it's a canon.
It's in your
Not
glory.
to us,
Ya
not to us,
di
but
da
to
dum, di da da di dum. So what clef is this?
Yes.
It's treble clef is what it
Is
is.
it treble?
It's treble
Treble clef.
It's treble. Any
Well,
clef, any
right.
clef that isn't treble clef is treble clef.
Oh, that's very good. I'll remember
I
that.
like that.
Is
Okay.
that
Okay.
The middle line is
Does
C.
this go with
No, I'm just not remotely.
But the middle line is a C. Or
So it's an
Yes.
alto clef. It's a C
yeah,
clef.
Yeah.
So it begins on G, C, B, A, G, da, G, A, B, C, C, B, B, A, G, and so on. D, E, C, G, F, E, D, D, C, so on. So it's a canon. So look, he shows you here how it all fits together. This is, you come in, you wait one bar, and then you come in this bar
Really?
with,
Wow.
this is another treble clef, C, what do you call this? Tenor clef? No, it's not tenor. Is it tenor clef?
Or is it alto clef?
No, this is alto clef. The C is up here. C, A, F, D. So you come in here with a D. D, E, F sharp, G. And then you wait 3 bars and you can come into the bass. 1, 2, 3. So under these 2 Bs you bring in a G, A, B, C. So we could sing this as a canon, but that's not the purpose of this class. So we will move back up here. But I just wanted to show you, because Maura said, well, what's going on in those 2 bottom lines?
And it doesn't go with song?
No,
Almost
it's
feels
just,
like it could.
yeah, no, it's complete.
Well,
Well,
with the bass line.
okay, that would be fun. You have to get you and Drew singing at home and then come back and tell me if you think it goes with it. So our concern is lines 1, 2, and 3. So why does he put this on the same page? It's so annoying and irritating that it's all squashed together. Why does he
So
do
you
that?
had some space.
Yeah, in the 18th century, just everywhere, you know, we're the only people in modern times who have the decadence of, you know, throwing paper all over the place. They use their paper wisely. Right, so we've got this phonetic Irish. Can you see what's written underneath it?
It's the
English,
translation.
It's
right?
the English. He's even given us an English
Oh, look at
translation.
that.
I got so excited when I saw
But
this.
I love the translation.
And
Okay,
this is really his writing.
Stretch up and down with me.
Stretch up and down with me. Sheis agus suas. The Irish is the opposite. It's like stretch. It's like get down and up with me. Sheis agus suas. But in English, he puts up and down. Stretch up and down with me. Well, it's a bawdy little song.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
lovely.
this is not a hymn tune in
You can
church, is
tell.
it?
Yeah.
It's like stretch up and down with me.
Which makes
Well,
you
she and sheis is to lie
Lie
down.
down.
Oh.
But she and suaslam is to snuggle up to someone.
Yeah.
So it's like lie down and
Yeah,
snuggle up to me.
Yeah.
Right.
She and sheis agus suaslam.
Draw over and squeeze.
Draw over and squeeze me. Drí to now is fosc me.
No.
Draw over and squeeze me. Cora laba funerin.
Let's say,
That's M-A-K-E.
bed.
Make.
Make your bed.
Now, what's a Y with a little E on top of it?
Is that a ye?
Yes, but it's not pronounced ye. The.
The.
Yes, in 17th and 18th century orthography, you have that. It's not even a y. It's like it has this name. It's this te thing that they use for the. It's the shorthand for the.
Okay.
So when people say make ye bed, that is just a load of old rubbish. It's make the bed. Make the bed. Make the bed.
For us.
UN. And then
Under.
under
us.
UNDER. Make the bed under us both.
Oh.
It's getting hot now.
My
It's
dear.
getting really
My
hot.
dear.
Oh,
dear
oh,
Jewel.
come and treat her.
My
My dear Jewel. Oh, come and treat a party. Well, that's not really my dear Jewel, but it's the same idea. Come and treat. It's like my darling.
Okay.
Come and treat a party. Tá gras a sugach.
My dear is Mary.
My dear is Mary. Oh, right. So she's had a few, maybe. My dear is Mary. Tá she lúfar láidir.
She's nimble.
Nimble.
And
She's
strong.
Nimble and strong. Tá she lúfar láidir. Yeah. Hey ho, rear co. Rear co is this word you see. It's a nonsense word. I came across it yesterday in something else. I wish I'd marked down where.
Yeah.
Some children's songs again. Rear co. So they're nonsense words.
Funny
Hey
word.
ho, rear co doesn't mean anything.
It just
Keep me now.
Now this looks like FOR, but it's the 18th century, so it's not an F. It's
S.
it's an S. Sar, ser. It's really Sarah-ish. Free me. And he says keep. I think it's Sarah-ish on boss me. So he says keep me now from keep me now from death.
So is this Renaissance? Is this one of those ones that refers to death as also?
Oh, I didn't
You know,
think about that. I'm
That's
so innocent. You're so innocent. I'm not innocent at all. So how
Come
did
on.
You're just so
God.
That's
the first thing you think of.
I went genuinely yesterday. So how did I? Because I kept on
Even
thinking
in
death, and the penny never drops. Okay. So it's
Even in your
sexual
concert,
death.
you
So
go,
it's the finish point.
Yeah,
It's you get to the finish line. Okay.
But this is the same
I'm very
incident.
slow.
You're saying it's a complicated journey.
Okay, I'm very slow and very innocent.
But it's saved me from death.
Oh, save
Keep
me
me
from
now.
death.
Very strange.
Yes, but he doesn't want to be saved from death.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Maybe it's keep me now from that.
Okay, well, so this song is even more bawdy than I thought. God, I blush. So that's the song, and I just find that very interesting. That I was just thrilled to be sent this because I think when it's
That is
published,
fantastic.
it's printed in 1714. So this version probably predates the published version. So it's an even earlier version with words of the very first Irish song that's ever published. So we're going back
So the first one, the printing is in 714.
Well, the printing is probably in 1714, and this
Well,
commonplace book was used up until maybe 1720. So,
Okay.
but it could have been used in 1690. So there's a good old chance that this word setting predates the first published word setting of the first
And it's
song.
even like Baroque French. Irlandais.
And it's
It's
Irlandais. It's Irlandais. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. It's instead of Irlandais. So that's really all I have to say, except that I wanted to give you a version of it. Wait a minute. I wondered if we could put a bass line to it. So I don't want to give you my version with my bass line. I think I printed out versions that did not have a bass line. So let me go and find them. So grab your harps and start
Oh.
playing around with it. Okay.
Okay.
You have to decide what you're going to
Well, I think
stick with the G.
it
It's
works
not a
quite
G.
well with G. I think.
Is it F sharp?
So it's
Yes, it is.
it's a good place to sing it. So an octave down from there. Sorry, I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh, and then it goes right to 4.
So we'll give you proper F sharp.
Mine's already flat.
can scribble on if you want. There you go. Is that right? Oh, it's sounding like she is in here. So, does anybody want to have a go at the first phrase? Barbara, you look like you have it under your fingers already.
I don't.
Yeah, that's fine. Keep it G. Why not? Just keep going. Don't stop. Get us to the end of bar 4. Okay, fine. Laura, give us your version.
I don't have one. No.
Yeah, why not? Hitomi, do you want to do a little bit? Wonderful. And how about you've on bar 4 you had C with E, and then you went to a D. So probably your bass hand needs to go somewhere else. The C has to go maybe back to G or something. So try again and give us a final bass note that goes with the D. So from the beginning. There, with that D, we need a bass note. We need a note in the bass. Otherwise we hear C and D. D ringing together. So we need something else. So under the D, yeah, D, give me some bass note. Okay, so from the beginning again, with that bass note. Yes, super. Because now we get to an end. That's wonderful. Who else wants to have a go? James. Ooh, very nice. Ah,
I
very
didn't
nice.
use 4.
Very nice. You didn't use 4. I saw that you didn't use 4.
Yay!
I will give you lessons in the future.
Thank you.
I will have you come to my festival because you don't need 4. Okay, Eilish, how about you? God bless you. If you use 4, you're a dead woman. Are you
There's
there? She used 4. She used
Oh,
a dead
sorry.
woman.
Oops.
It's fun, isn't it?
Hitomi used 4, but we're polite with Hitomi
Right.
because we like her, but she's Irish, so we're not going to be polite with her. Okay, so I'm going to go again from the beginning. No, because no parts. Yes, I shouldn't do that. Should I? It just feels comfy when it looks bad. So I'm looking at
Yeah.
try what we're doing. So what the question is, what do you do if you're not allowed to do 4? That is a good. I mean, jokes apart. Yeah. So you could stay over G. So play us a version where you stay over the G. Because this is interesting for Hitomi as well, because Hitomi, you used the chord of 4, you put C underneath, which is the chord of 4. And we're trying to think in general, they didn't seem to use 4, so what else? So give us the version with just G.
No, sorry, no. Just
Yeah, maybe with another G at the end or something. No, you could stay put. It's fine. Okay, so we could keep G going. And James, play us your version again. Okay, so he went to E under E. So they're kind of your choices. You could go to E or you could go to G. More, I think I missed you. I forgot to
Six
hear your
chords.
version. Did you play a version already?
Yeah.
Okay, could play it again because I don't remember it.
It was just G, basically.
Okay,
I'll try something else.
you go for it.
Just for the fun of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh. No, can't use that one. No. Yeah, that was just
Okay,
cute
so
little
yeah, no, but
fun.
that's a good process to think.
Yeah.
What can we do? What can we do? But it finally boils down to, I think you have to do what Eilish did. You can
Yes.
stick with G, or you have to do what James did, which is to go to E. So it's kind of G and E are your
Yeah.
possibilities if you're trying to avoid 4. And the reason Hitomi is that I don't see much evidence in the manuscripts of this harmony, of going to C. It seems like quite a vertical harmony that's pushed onto the tune. So instead of that, let's pull out of the tune, the notes out of the tune. So under E we put E, or under E we put G, but maybe not so much C. Okay, how about the second? Have a look at the. Have you all had a look at the second phrase? So have a look at that for a minute. Yeah, of course you're welcome.
yes,
Fantastic.
it's a grab a copy.
Such a sound now.
I just made some minutes.
Oh, you did, you did. Okay, great, great. I'll have all the stuff. So good. I'll give you the handouts. Okay, so while they're slaving away, we looked at this, Monty 1840, to sit there, down beside you, right? And then we said, okay, go one step back, now step 33. And now it's called She is Suicide. You start up with those.
Oh, okay.
Right?
It's the same thing.
Same thing, same thing. And then I showed them that it's the first Irish song ever to be published. Station Telegram in 1714. She is the Suicide. So the very first Irish song shown in print. So you actually get a bass line. Add the flute line. There, look at this. Add the flute line.
Thank you.
Okay, this is first. So you do all that. That's grand. And then a few weeks ago, do you know Peter Freeman, bassoonist, Irish bassoonist?
Oh, yes,
Right.
yes.
Peter rang me up and he showed it me, so you can see this on screen. You see this?
Yeah.
So this is the commonplace book of Johann Sigmund Husser. He was master of the King's Music at Dublin Castle between 1690 and 1720. He was there for about 30 years. This is a commonplace book. You write down like everything from, it's hilarious, it's online, you can look at it. You write down everything from recipes for hangovers, to how much it costs to put on a concert in Dublin, to all the tunes you hear and you pick up. And Peter said to me, look, there's an Irish tune in this, and I don't really, it's written down in phonetic Irish, you have any idea? And look at it. Hang on, where's my commentary? So, she is so slow, striden alles fast med, och det glada fröjde, ach kommen krigen parta. And you write that down if German is your first language. That's how you write down the phonetics of the Irish. And then he translates it underneath it. Stretch up and down with me, draw over and squeeze me. Make the bed under us both, my dear jewel.
Isn't that amazing?
And I'm thrilled. This is the first time I've almost ever seen Irish words allied to a tune by a confident musician who's writing down a song and hears it. He's listening to somebody singing it, and so he gets the word underlay right. There's no guessing. Because usually, you've got the tunes in one book and somebody in Connemara can
Yeah, exactly. And this sort of
This is
yeah.
no, this is finding the tune with the words under the notes.
And this is a recent discovery.
He sent to me about 6 weeks ago.
That's so great.
So it's like hot, this is research hot off the press, so it brings it straight into class. So,
It's great, Well,
this is, and it's doubly interesting because it's the first song that's ever imprinted in 1714. And I think this predates it. This
Yeah.
setting of the words of the music predates it. So I'm wildly excited about this little page at the moment. Okay, so you had plenty of time to work on the second phrase. So I give them a blank version of the tune. I basically copy that out and set them to work, see if they're going to come up with a
Brilliant.
baseline. Okay, and this is after a week of looking at bunting basslines and looking at the manuscripts and seeing the evidence. So no pressure, Laura. Do you want to give us a flash? That's pretty good. You gave us a cadence. You gave us a DG cadence.
I know forward.
And no 4/4. Yeah, we're not big on the
Figure
subdominant
that out.
around here. We don't like the quarter 4. Anybody produces the quarter 4, they're dead meat. We don't do harmony in the summer school. We're the antithesis of harmony.
That's very
Except that
refreshing.
some people like the quarter 4.
I didn't use 4, I used 3.
You didn't use it this time, but oh, that's nice and
It's not
romantic.
4.
Who invited you to this episode? Oh, it was me. James comes from America. He's a professional historical harpist in America, and this is his debut recital in Ireland he gave at summer school this year. He
And
performed
I'm
for us
still
for the first
alive.
time. And he taught some of the classes. So he's meandering between taking classes and giving classes. So I
Okay,
think
that's a lovely thing. That's a great place to be, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
so. All right. So well, who else would like to give us a go? Eilish. Well, I mean, if it's,
Well, I didn't really come.
uh,
I just got stuck there.
and we have to say, Eilish has had the vast total of about 4 lessons ever with me as my student. And then she shows up to the summer school and she's just singing and playing the horn at the same time. She's our new great white hope.
It's so exciting.
It is pretty exciting.
Now you missed my
Oh, and
version.
she just
there.
wants
You missed-
second-
You missed my version.
You know, I didn't. No, I'm still.
That's wonderful.
I'm
I
still
don't remember
not
what it's called.
trumpet. She went to the Fly yesterday and got second prize.
Oh,
It's for
Yay.
singing, for Shannon singing at the Fly.
Awesome.
So she's
come back and did it.
singing,
Yeah,
playing,
well, I
doing
went
it all.
over it and came back in one day.
That's great.
And waited 2.5 hours
To
while
see.
everybody else sang. I was second last.
Were you?
Sitting in the hot room for 2.5 hours.
And how many
Sick
singers were there?
and focused.
How many people were singing?
13.
Jeepers, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Okay, this class is just about over. So let's just hear a phrase for everybody. Eilish, you play that phrase and then we'll get people be working on the next one, just quietly.
That's really wrong. I know. It's ridiculous. I just didn't
Stop,
stop it.
stop the lights. Is that ridiculous to play in octaves?
That's very
What were we looking at the bass hand lecture? What did I show you a million times
Octaves. It
over?
might be
Octaves.
overdoing it though. Like,
Okay,
just
so
continuously.
it feels like too many octaves. So which ones do you put in and which ones do you leave out and why? What do you see in Bunting? Where does he put in octaves?
Probably wouldn't put it in on the quaver.
Yeah,
really,
exactly.
so-
Stick in the strong beats, take out the weak beats. Hum Sheena Parta. You're the Irish speaker. And damp as you go, because they're neighbours.
I can't do it.
You do it, you can.
Sorry, I can't.
It's fine, okay.
Where's the
You
pedal? Where's the pedal?
sing it as
Okay, I suppose we better kind of finish there because there's no point getting into the second half. But the second half, I think, is quite easy for you lot to deal with. And, James, do you want to give us a blast through the second half?
The second half?
Yeah, go for it.
You mean?
Yes. Nice.
I know, right? I didn't look at the...
And I didn't introduce Emer when she came in. This is Emer Mayock.
Hello.
Who is a fabulous her own right
Yes.
on wind instruments, but here she's with us today as an artistic advisor to the Arts Council.
Cool.
So you just, you have to impress her. You have to look look bright. And now, how we're really going to get to her is we're going to feed her the tea and cake. She's
That'll
clutching
do
her
it.
hands. Because every day we have this amazing cook who comes in and cooks lunch every day, and he bakes us a cake for the afternoon.
That's so amazing.
So we have great food as well as everything
Just the
else.
way life should be.
It's just the way life should be. I put on the kind of summer school that I always wanted to go to. Decent food,
Cake.
and good
It's
companionship.
lovely.
There's